Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 10 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to this series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Consider subscribing to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment, let me know how I'm doing. We will go through a quick recap, and then we'll get into the video. Alright, episode 10 here. So, in the last episode, we mapped out our battery system, and before they get building on this, I'm just going to delete that one because we're going to do a little editing to what we got going on. We also continued to expand our industrial area, mapping out some of the dynamite production and some paper production. In case you were wondering what was going on here, we built a little storage area. 3 of these have yet to be decided what they are storing. We also have some additional food storage over here. And I think Hillview as a whole is doing great. Not that we're neglecting Fall City over here. Fall City looks great. But Hillview is just so compact, and I think it looks, if we come into the night, when they turn the lights on, finally in their homes, when they finally go to bed, you know, beavers are staying up all night. When they finally go down and they get those lights on, I think that they look awesome, and I think Hillview as a whole, as you can start to see as the lights come on, I think that Hillview as a whole looks really good. So I'm really excited for that. We are out of the drought, so I need to unpause some of our water pumps here. So let's get a bunch of these unpaused, and we will get some water pumping. Population is another thing that we did in the last episode. We've grown substantially, so we're down to just 10 vacancies here. And only 3 here, which is great. I think we're going to get some more planks going, truthfully, which is going to bring us up to 9 vacancies, which are all going to be in the hauling post, so that is okay. Now, the reason that I wanted to stop this just momentarily before we got too carried away is I would like to take the suggestion from one of the comments. Man, I forget who it was, and I apologize. But essentially, he pointed out that we can essentially add one platform on the end, bump everything over, and then that'll give us a gap right in the middle, and then we can just connect it with power shafts, and it should work just fine. So I know that we built this and resources are precious, but we are going to go ahead and do that. So let's get another platform over here. So we'll go triple, 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 like that. And then that'll allow us to pass right through this center here and get over. Although we might come over here so that we are passing level. Because if we come down to the side here, you can kind of see that this level is this level here. So we might have to kind of jog over a little bit to actually get that cross in, which will be okay. That will be totally manageable. But that's what we're going to do for now, so we will just let them continue to work on what they're working on. Okay, very good. So, what are some of the other things that I wanted to get done today? Well, first of all, we never connected up our power shafts, so we should probably go ahead and do that. So let's get that final power shaft in there. They can build that at their leisure. There's nothing necessarily to power over here. But we did have some good comments in mind. So one is that we could put some storage underneath these platforms. That was from Paul. Now, Paul, if I'm being honest, I love that suggestion. I wish I had thought of it ahead of time. Man, am I really about to just rip this out? Yeah, I probably am. Although I don't really see a good space where I could put storage in here, if I'm being completely honest. I could probably do some small storages. You know what, Paul? I apologize. We are not going to do that as much as I would like to. I think the cost to benefit is just not quite there with this one. And then John Hanks left a comment that this power wheel might not be working ideally because there might be land under it. But then I went over and checked. We scroll all the way down, and there is no land in front of it. It's just levees. So I'm not sure. Maybe it just doesn't want to work, which is entirely possible. Anyway, so let's get into some building for today. So one thing that I'm suspecting is going to happen. So we're going to be producing explosives in these explosives factories from the paper that we make in these paper mills. But at some point, I imagine we're going to fill up on our storage. And truthfully, we might want some more explosive storage, but I'm not sure for now. But we're probably going to end up with an excess of explosives and an excess of paper. So we are going to unlock the printing press so that we can continue to map out some industrial area over here. And I'm trying to see here. So if I remove the shrub, we have a grindstone there. So if I remove the shrub, we'll get that on high working priority. If I remove this shrub, let's see, just I think 4 is a good number to maintain population over here. 4. If I remove this shrub and then I get a vertical power shaft in right here, and then another one down here, like that, then we get a platform there, we can get a straight bar there, and then if I get a printing press right in there, that will work. And then we can go ahead, we can put a platform there with a shrub on it, as always, and then we can kind of fill this in with, you know, some, maybe another shrub there, and we can put like a shrine there, maybe a grindstone. I kind of like how we're trying to fill in the area with shrubs. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm going to put this whole stack on the highest priority so that they continue working. There shouldn't be anything else on high priority over here. Everything else, they're just kind of building at their leisure. But we can go ahead and we can get another battery in here, which they can work on. We'll put that on secondary height of priority. And then one thing I noticed, we are starting to eat into our scrap metal. And if we come all the way over here, this is empty. So we are actually eating into our scrap metal fairly significantly. So to that end, I am going to unpause maybe, yeah, I think 3 of them would be good. And we can get some workers to travel over there and start working the metal once again. And then in this district, I noticed that we do not currently have... Oh, we actually do. We have a metal storage. That's great. Because that means that they should start to work on, like, this statue. Yeah, it only needs 1 more metal block. And that'll be our first beaver statue. That looks awesome. Kind of overlooking the farm fields. I like that a lot. Okay, so they've cleaned out this area, so we can go ahead and get a couple more large warehouses in here. No idea what this is going to be used to store. I am going to empty this one probably down into here so that those are consolidated next to each other. And then whether I fill this with more cassavas, I honestly don't know. We're doing awesome for food. Water is doing pretty good. Might get this last pump going, just so that we continue to fill up that water. And then in this area, yeah, water is actually, it's not doing awesome. So let's get another pump activated. And that does bring us to 12 vacancies, which I know is not super ideal, but I think it's okay. Awesome, so we're getting this built, which means we can map that out at least. And then we can go into our priorities here. Let's continue to build this battery. I kind of want to bring the batteries all the way down on one side before we make our move. Now the question is, how are we going to get the power over? I think we're going to do it right here. So if I just delete that, which I know is unfortunate, but we're going to make a jump over to here, and then we can delete this one. And this is where our power will connect, and then let's get another high power shaft in there. So now monuments, I think monuments are too big to fill this space, but I do think a beaver statue will look great here. Kind of filling that space. So let's see, we'll need something like that. So that'll go up, and then we will need a triple and a little turn there, and that's where they'll connect, and then we'll shoot straight into this facility with our path to be able to get on over here. And let's kind of see where this is going to line up so that we can bring this up to the right height. So this will come straight across, so we will want platform there. Platform there. Something like that. And then we need to go up one more. So let's actually, you know what, let's, oh. Nope. Let's delete those. So let's see, we'll actually need a triple here. And then a couple doubles. And then some singles. Like that. Just to kind of clean that up. And then who knows, we can get like a line of shrubs there or something. You guys know, shrubs are the key. Shrubs are the key. So let's get another battery in. We're cruising on the batteries. Let's set this one to highest priority. And then this is going to be lowest priority. That is not important. However, this top facility is going to be used to store books. And then let's bring this up to moderate. Maybe 2 of them at lowest. So that we can at least get 2 operational. Start stockpiling a little bit of paper. We don't quite have the population for it, but I think it'll be okay. Let's get another pump going. I always get super concerned about not having full water. And then once we have full water, we can back off on the pumps for now. But yeah, this is going good. We have plenty of power operational. I am just gonna high prioritize that so that we don't forget about it. It's only 1 log. Should get built in no time. But we have tons of power. Actually, not that. We're not that far over, if you really think about it. We're only about 60 over, which is genuinely interesting. We are almost maxed out on planks, and we are completely out of logs. So let's get another one of these running. So that brings our vacancies up to 14 in this district, 15 in this. That's okay, but I do want to get some more logs flowing into this district. That's going to be our big sticking point is logs. And I actually did go into these and see if I could just limit like one district to, or one distribution post to only do one thing, and as far as I'm aware, you cannot. So like, let's say we change the Fall City branch on this distribution to do not import, and then I go over to this one, it's still on do not import. So unfortunately, I can't like dedicate one distribution center to moving one particular good. Now, if you guys know of a way to do that, please let me know, because I would be genuinely intrigued to learn how to do that. Just because we need so many logs over here. And let's see, considering we have so many planks, I'm going to pause work on a couple of those just to help free up a little bit. And then let's get another battery in here. Put that on the highest of priority. And then let's put all of this power-related stuff on moderately high priority so that they can at least start to work on that and get that built. Okay, so this is going really well. Really like how this is going. Let's check our resources. Falls City, doing pretty good. We are making headway on the water. Food is still totally fine. Although, yeah, we still have a decent ways to go on the fermented cassava. We have more than enough storage for the raw cassava. And then we do have a completely vacant fermented cassava storage over there. Again, not sure what we're going to use these huge warehouses for, but I figure it's not a bad idea to get them built. Okay, we are starting to get some logs piling up, probably because I turned off 2 of those. And we are making progress with the gears. They are all being used virtually instantly to build the batteries. Metal blocks, we're not making huge headway on the metal blocks. We do only have 2 facilities working on them. But I wonder if I get a metal block. Alright, so the entrance is on the other side. So if I moved it back there, could fit one more in. So let's see, if I get a vertical power shaft like that, and then jump up there, and then a right turn, I could get a metal blocks factory in here, because I believe it's that big. Something like that. And then that would connect the power up into there. But there's really no reason to build that, just because there's no way to get power over there without any of this built. So I guess that'll just kind of sit idly by as just a dream for now. Really getting ahead of ourselves with the mapping out of stuff here. That's okay, though. So, as far as resources go in Hillview, yeah, just the log numbers are not overly impressive. We did get this done, though, except for the shrub. Definitely got to get that done. We are making progress here, and then one... Ooh. Yeah, I actually just noticed something. I'm going to have to... So if I put another battery in right here, I'm going to have to cross. I'm going to have to jog and cross at a different site. And that kind of stinks. It's not going to line up perfectly. And to fix it, I would have to remove all these batteries, which truthfully, as much as I am a guy who loves it when everything lines up perfectly, I just cannot do that. So we're going to have a little jog. Oh man, that's so disappointing. I can't remove these. These took way too long to build. And we don't get all the resources back if we demolish them. Gears is the main thing that I'm concerned about. I also couldn't move it over by one anyway. I'd have to just take this stack of platforms out altogether. Yeah, we're gonna run it over one tile so that it comes in there. That's what we're gonna have to do. Man, devastating news. Devastating news. I do hope that we get the at least this portion of the batteries operational by the time the next drought comes along, so that we can actually see it in action. I think that would be a lot of fun. I am genuinely excited to see how this goes. But anyway, let's get this platform at the highest priority, so they'll at least build that. Just so that we get these little warnings stopped. Let's see, we do have 2 injured beavers here. These have no medicine, so I wonder if I put these on high priority for the haulers. Will they come up here and move some medicine into these? Or do I actually need to build a healer? Because if you go into healers, the description is makes medicine and distributes it to medical beds. So does that mean that even if I'm not producing medicine in this district, that I need a healer in order to move it from these into the actual beds? I am curious, so we're gonna leave that for just a minute and then kind of come back to it once we're kind of through, you know, onto like midday, so that we can get a better understanding. But I can't get that one's gonna be the last one that I put in. All right, so we'll put that on highest priority so that they can at least start to work on that. We're starting to get some paper going. Let's just see. 14 vacancies. Yeah, so we are starting to eat into this. And these have no medicine coming in, which makes me kind of think that we do need a healer. We'll give it till the end of the day. I would imagine that a hauler would come over here at some point if they're going to come over here at all. But I'm kind of suspecting that we're going to need a healer in this district just to distribute that medicine, which is okay. We can, we can put it up here or something. Somewhere, out of the way where they can work. Yeah, and we're pretty much at the end of the day and we're not getting anything. So let's turn that off. If you guys know the answer to whether we need this healer, please let me know. And who knows? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But I'm going to build one anyway. I think it'll kind of look nice up here. Alright, so let's get some more shrubs in here. Just because I think that they will look nice. So let's get a shrub in there before we completely close off this area. Because I want to eventually get rid of this path so I can put a little house in here. Just because I think it's like the perfect spot for a little house. Hopefully you all agree. Or maybe multiple houses. Because if we go into housing, we have the small row house and the large row house. So we could put a small one here, or a large one here, and then maybe a small one here, so we get a little, like, tapered. Yeah, that's totally what we're gonna do. Totally what we're gonna do. Let's get rid of this path for now. They put that shrub in there. So let's get the last one in. Get that built, highest priority. should just be logs, which in theory are easy to come by. Yeah, we got about 200 in here. Interestingly enough, we do not have a bunch in here. So I am going to open up a couple more lumberjacks. And I actually had to get rid of these lumberjacks. So I don't think... Yeah, those actually do make it. So why didn't I? Why didn't I plant in here? Let's get some oaks. And let's plant like that. Then we can get a path in there. And then if we fill that in, I do not know why we would do that, but it's what we're going to do. And then let's see, we could do something completely useless, like this. And then we could go ahead and get some lumberjacks. Like 3 of them. Get a couple shrubs in there. Totally useless. Is not going to be cost effective in the slightest to build. But then again, that is kind of the majority of the stuff that I do in this game, if we're being honest, is not cost effective. So let's pause one of those just so we can maintain some water. Over here, our water is virtually full. So let's pause maybe 2 of those and see how we do with maintaining. You know what, let's do a little experiment. I'm going to pause 2 over here as well and see if we can maintain. That should be good. Okay, and now let's see. Okay, so we got that in. We do have 14 homeless over here. So let's get a large row house and then a small row house. And then let's see. I'm going to want some scaffolding. Up here. Like that. And then these are just single logs, so we can delete those and we actually get our resources back. Well, let's do that just so that we can actually get up there. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So we were just going to add in our scaffolding here so that we can get up there and build. We go into decoration. Nope, not that one. Couple more roofs there. I think that that will look nice. Let's see. I'm gonna put the houses themselves. Actually, you know what? Let's just put this whole project on moderately high priority, and we'll continue to make these the highest priority. And look at that, they already built one of them. I guess they only take logs. Not a huge, you know, not a super heavy lift from the beavers. We got a couple more lumberjacks. We are nowhere near filling up. Let's see, it kind of appears that they're filling from the top down, which is interesting. I think ideally we would probably put some storage over here so it's directly adjacent to this facility. Would that be a valuable thing? Actually, probably. So what if I put a platform in there? See, I'll need a double there. And this whole area will be singles. And let's see, what if I wanted to get 2 of them in here? So if I got one there, 2 log storages, and I'll tell them to obtain goods. That way they can rapidly just grab logs, bring them in. Obviously, shrub there, no question. And then if we got a little platform here, we could get some stairs up there like that. And you know what? Let's get this shrub up a little bit so that it gets some much needed sunlight. And they should build that fairly quickly because not a lot of stuff is queued up here in Fall City. This is queued up. I know it looks like they are going to be building this first, but let's just make sure that they do. Let's build that first. And then let's see, we got these houses built. Ooh, we still have a vacancy. Interesting. Okay, well, I could get another row house in here. Maybe a short one, just to kind of change it up. And then obviously we will need some scaffolding to get up here. To be able to put our roof on. And let's see if we go to decoration, little roof there. And then maybe a double there. Triple there. A double there. Triple there. Looks like we're gonna need a single and a triple there. Actually, let's just end it right here. Because then what we could do is we could get something like this. Work our way down. Connect that up. And then we can just walk these stairs back as we build shrubs up here. We can have a nice line of shrubs. I like that. I like that. I like really making the most out of this space whenever possible. Alright, let's see. Ooh, 3 gears away from finishing this battery. That is very good. And let's see, we are 1 day away from a drought. Let's check our water. We're nearly there. I'm just going to open up one more pump. And then similarly, nearly here, I'm going to open up 2, just because that's a fairly decent gap we got going on there. 23 vacancies here, 14 here. Alright, so let's continue. Let's just open up the population just a little bit more. Nothing too aggressive. Okay. So now they are building. There we go, that's storage. And let's see, I'm actually going to prioritize both of these storages by haulers, or at least one of them. So the only things prioritized by haulers in this district should be the water pumps, and then that log storage, so that we can make sure that we got logs over there, and then hopefully these guys will grab logs from here, and just rapidly move them into this district here. Hopefully, that is my hope. We definitely need... Alright, so we have over 7,000 science. So I'm going to pause all of the science here to just bring our vacancies down a little bit. We could also pause one of the healers. Just because we have such a huge stockpile. Actually, you know what? Let's pause both of them. All right, and the drought has started. So let's get our pumping stations paused. Whatever water we have now is what we're going to have for an 8-day drought. And that is a fairly significant amount of time. Let's get another one of those in there. Make that the highest priority. Okay, they're building both of those. And then let's go into our priorities. Let's make this and this moderately high. We are starting to stockpile some paper, which is good. As far as power, though, yeah, we are seriously hurting for power. We're not getting nearly enough. None of these buildings are getting nearly enough. So I'm going to take the opportunity while this is paused, or at least while the power is paused. Not paused, but not working. To add in another gear workshop here. Like that. And let's make this moderately high priority as well. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, so we got the planks that we need. We're working on the gears. No metal blocks yet. We have metal blocks. This still has scrap metal, which is good. Does this have any? Yeah. Okay, so we're doing okay with the scrap metal. So the metal blocks should be coming along. Hopefully we get some of this built. And then what are we going to put in here? Who guessed it? Some shrubs. Although we do need more grindstones now that I think about it. So let's see, if I bring this down, do we have space down here? Ooh, we do. We do have space for some grindstones. Oh, I can't build them under there because it's already been built. Okay, let's find some alternative places for grindstones. Problem is, I just fill up every space with shrub. I have no self-control when it comes to the grinds, or when it comes to filling spaces with shrubs. Let's see, I could get a grindstone in there. Maybe one in there. Maybe a grindstone in there. So let's go to well-being, grindstone. 1, 2. So that's 3 grindstones over there. I'd like to probably fit in a couple over here if I can. Let's put a grindstone there. And then I like to try and find like odd places that we can fit in some grindstones. So let's do this. Let's remove those end shrubs. Then let's go into well-being and let's get some grindstones right there, kind of bracketing the end. This is going to be for kohlrabi. And then this is going to be for something, but I'm not sure what yet. But this one will be for kohlrabi. Okay, so back over to Hillview here, so that we can find some places to fit in grindstones. Let's see, there's a grindstone there. I guess we could have another one right across from it in that little space that we made. Although I can't build that yet because this needs to be built first, so that I don't block my way to building it. And there has to be some space up here. Oh yeah. This is prime grindstone territory. Ooh, it's also house territory. Oh man. Well, I could fit in one grindstone. So I could put a grindstone in there. And then I could put a tall row house in there with a path. Like so. And then I could even do this. Double shrub. Actually, this one is going to be a beaver statue. Let's just come around here so that they build those off the bat so that we can put that grindstone in. Guess we didn't have to do both, but that's okay. They can work on it at their leisure. So that we can get that built, and then we can put this house in. Let's see, this scaffolding can go. We can pick up all of those resources. They are working on our little shrub area there. This was built, which means that I can get a grindstone in there. And as crazy as it sounds, oh, they are actually diverting resources. I was going to say they're not diverting resources to the shrub. But now they did, which is good. So we can put a grindstone in there, and now there should be enough grindstones around here. If I'm being honest. Oh, we actually have medicine here. So I assume that's this guy. Moving the medicine. Oh, he'll also make medicine, because it'll just get directly delivered. Interesting. That is very interesting. Let's get that in there. Should have plenty of grindstones. Man, this is not for kohlrabi either, so let's empty that. I think 2 massive warehouses for kohlrabi is plenty. We now have 6,000 storage for kohlrabi. That is an excessive amount, but I think it's appropriate. I think it's just the right amount of kohlrabi storage. Now, one thing that we are going to need is scaffolding to get up here. So let's build it. So we'll go up, and then we'll just carry it over to there. We can utilize some of our existing scaffolding. Getting up there. And then if we come through here and delete those, delete these stairs. And then if we put a path through here, that should work. And then they should be able to come up here and build that little roof on top of there. Now, yeah, so we do have 5 unoccupied beds, which is pretty good. Over here we have 68, which is excessive because I built this ridiculous, massive single block housing complex, which, you know, is extremely different to the setup that we have over in Hillview, which is a much more dispersed. I'm not gonna lie, I like Hillview a lot more than I like Fall City, but Fall City is a great, like, starting city. It's a farming city. You know, it's very low-key. Everybody just lives in this one giant complex, whereas this is very kind of sprawling, but also compact and industrial. I like it a lot. I think it is looking very good. And we're starting to get the paper going in some quantities. So I think if and when we max out the paper, we are going to have to think about, oh, this needs to be shifted over one. You know what? No, it doesn't. We're going to do that. Which also means that we can maintain our straight line, which is the most important thing, the straight line. We'll just kind of bend those over like that, and I'm actually going to delete that one. Let's build that first. Let's make all the scaffolding and the roof medium. Build that one too. Oh, and they built the first shrub. Cool. So that means that we can start to walk this back. But anyway, guys, I think this is going to bring us to the end of the episode. If you enjoyed where we got so far, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment, subscribing to the channel to stay up to date on this series as well as others. And if you are feeling generous and would like to support the channel on Patreon, please feel free to do so. I would tremendously appreciate it. You can find the link in the description below. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.